Alright, this should be fun. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun, y'all. It's a good read we're fixing to get into. Talking about it, I'm gonna start doing these reading things. So, I'm gonna get into some really touchy shit. So, I hope y'all are ready. I will say, let's be open-minded. Not trying to sow hatred of any sorts toward groups of people. Through this book, we will find out certain things that we aren't meant to know. Got my drink. What's up, Garfield? These back on. Oh, yo. What's up, JLM? Well, I'm gonna do this, and then I got a watch party in the Discord to do at 4 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, we're gonna do the usual gaming stream. I'm wanting to get this this information out. You know, it's for educational purposes, as is listed in the description thingy or whatever.
JLM.
There we go.
Also, Benjamin Wild Esquire
Did
posted a
he?
new tune.
Okay. We'll have to look into that. Let's get this no square gnome going. Embrace him. Take it all in. No, don't touch me there. It's my no square.
Don't touch me there. My no square.
Here we go. Bro.
No, don't touch me there.
Bro,
This
fuck
is
off.
My no square. No, don't touch me there.
I ain't got no food for you,
My
dude.
no square. No, don't touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there. My no square. Square, 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 square. Don't touch me there. My no square. Square, 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 square.
Where the fuck
Touch me there.
was...
My no square. Don't touch me there.
Damn. Didn't say. Son of a bitch.
My no square. Don't touch me there.
Essentially, it was like his music
Don't touch me there.
that I could listen to. Well,
Don't touch me there.
oh my god. It's so far back here in my history. Music. Ah, here we go. Deets. Ah, shit, a brick. I missed my transition. Oh well. It's alright. What's up, everybody? It's Chaos for You 728, and I am back one more time. Sound a little not too different from what I've done before in the past, but I'm gonna start doing it more here in the near future. It is some of these reading things, you know, because reading is good for the brain, and you know, I like to keep the mind sharp. I like to keep my mind sharp, and if I can help others keep their mind sharp too, then that's a win-win-win, you know. So bear with me just a moment here while I get really
JLM said, better than TV for certain.
here. What? Ah, there we go. And let's see here. Garfield, fuck the fuck off. Ain't got no food for
JLM
you.
said,
Cheese and
I've got an idea.
crackers. Now, bear with me as I find
JLM,
a good.
not sharing it either.
We'll go here. No, we'll go to M. Just gotta find it. It's way the fuck down here. In the E, you know what? I'd be better off punching it into the search browser, you know?
JLM
Ah! There we go!
said,
That's what I'm looking for.
how that worked out well with the TDS.
No. God damn it. That is not what I was looking for. Let's see if I get a copyright for this too, you know. Is that a good mesh? Yeah, Garfield's all sitting here looking at me like I'm getting something for him to eat. And in reality, I'm breaking up some smoke. But my cat, the feline overlord Garfield in here, likes to act like he don't ever eat. So we'll get into this in just a split second. I should have had this all taken care of before I got started. That's all on me. It also gives people a chance to kind of fill in a little bit. And, you know. Again, hopefully this music doesn't get me copywritten. I'll know in a few hours when the YouTube algos is like, hey! Knock this shit off! And then they stop my channel. But we will be reading Solving the Mysteries of Babylon the Great
A wild Bingus.
by
Enter the
Edward.
chat. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, god damn it.
Bingus.
by, by Edward Hendrie.
Seriously considering starving my kitty flea bearing fur shedding poop generator.
Yeah, don't starve him. He ain't starving. Far from it. He bit the fuck out of me earlier. I was eating some steak, and he drew blood. And it took everything in my power not to pick something up and throw it at his ass.
Mostly joking.
Yeah, of course. It's like, I almost kicked the shit out of Garfield today when he bit the fuck out of me. it wasn't intentional, but it was one of those, like, he could have waited a little bit longer before he went after the food. Like I said, I had some steak earlier, and because of what he's done, nobody's getting human food anymore. He literally bit the fuck out of my fucking thumb, drew blood. Like, I bled for a good half an hour. Alright. Primo! What's up, brother? Hope all is well. Get your 420 ready, man. We're about to get blitzkrieged.
Primo Living BC said, "Hey Chaos Brother. JLM."
I'm actually digging this music a little bit. I'm just breaking up a little bit of smoky tie.
There's this female cat on campus that only likes guys and absolutely hates females. LOL. This cat
Well,
attacks the chicks on campus.
I'm gonna tell you something, Bingus. Cats are a good judge of character for the most part.
JLM.
As you know, Garfield has chosen me, as well as Nermal chose me. I didn't choose them. They came to me. So,
Yo Primo.
like, after me and my now ex got Garfield, after like 3 months, just out of nowhere, he started hissing at him.
Primo Living BC.
Oh yeah.
Chaos perfect timing. I just finished rolling one up.
Alright, and I just finished, almost. There's some of that age swag that's about, I'd say this is about 3 years old.
Primo Living BC.
So, it's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, get these stems out of it. God damn. I ain't seen stemmy weed in like 2 years. So I'm a little disappointed here. You see, I wonder if this is if this is going to my YouTube, if this is going to my PlayStation thing too. That'd be cool if I could stream this to PlayStation as well. Piss off a lot of people. Like, why am I seeing this shit? This ain't video games. Like, that's right, bitches. I'm educating you today. Nah. And for those that want to know, this is the ending to Mega Man X. Mega Man X was probably one of my most favorite
Doing push-ups in the park on
Mega Man games.
and jumped on my back. I was like, WTF.
Hey.
kill.
Cats will do it. Those cats are cool. Cats are real cool. So I'm assuming y'all can hear me just fine over the music. Is there a good balance? Like, you can hear the music just enough to where you can hear it, but it's not overpowering my voice or anything like that. Yeah, it's good. Good. All right. I'll get this.
Said,
I may have to do some adjusting because I don't know how this is gonna format with what y'all are gonna see on here. So is this just playing through? Oh. I thought I had it set on repeat. God damn it. Oh shit. That's a little bit methy for me. Let's go somewhere else. We'll go with wow. Ooh, I know what to go with. We just gotta find it. Mario 3. There's so many MAs. Oh my god. This just got to MAK. MATRST. I passed it. God damn it. And there's so many choices. Hopefully this isn't mucking up I may have to download it and just put it on loop. Mario. What? What? How are there so many? How are there so many choices? Oh my god! There's so many Marios, y'all. I didn't realize there was as many Marios. Holy shit. I'm just trying to find Mario 3. Mario Paint, Mario Party. Where's Super Mario? Oh, it's down in the... Fuck. I fucked up.
Bingus said.
After
Dr.
stupid.
Mario.
Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario. Did y'all know that
Bingus.
Super Mario...
That was a pretty good one.
Ah, here we go. We'll just download it right here. King's Room. Ah, there you go. Put it on repeat. Turn that down just a smidgen. Oh, it's not constant though. That's problematic. See, I'm trying to find some of them background sounds for like... You know what? We'll just play Mario 3 shit through this whole deal. There we go. Alright. Let's get this dumpster fire going, y'all. Hope everybody's having a great morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you hail from. I do apologize about that slight delay there. I haven't smoked yet, so my brain's not fully functioning. We'll be listening to the soundboards of Super Mario 3. Because, you know, why the fuck not? A little bit of... I don't have access to my YouTube music right now, so I had to sacrifice some stuff. Cheers, fucks! The book is Solving the Mysteries of Babylon the Great by Edward Hendrie. Chapter 1.
Living BC.
The Great Wonder in Heaven.
Yet.
Most people focus on the harlot, Babylon the Great, in the book of Revelation, but there's another woman in Revelation who holds the key to the mystery of the great harlot. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, traveling in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. This is from Revelations 12, 1-5. I'm going to take another hit. Who is this woman? Let's look at the clues. She has... Ah, damn it. She has upon her head 12 stars. What is the meaning of those 12 stars? You got to remember, throughout the Bible, there is symbolism just right there in front of you. You just, if you don't have the fucking rose-colored veils removed, you're not going to see them. So, and this is something else I plan on going down the rabbit holes of the symbols, what they mean, and now I'm just going to leave it all up to you. Because again, this is all educational here. Alright. What is the meaning of those 12 stars? God in the book of Genesis reveals the answer. Joseph, who is one of the 12 children of Jacob, aka Israel, explains a dream to his brothers. That dream describes his brothers as 11 stars. Of course, Joseph is the 12th star, making the 12 stars of Israel. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon, and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father, and to his brother. And his father rebuked him, and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth? It's Genesis 37, 9, 10. Notice that Joseph's prophecy not only depicts 11 stars, but also depicts the sun and the moon, making obedience to him. The woman of Revelation 12 was clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet. Joseph's father, Jacob, understood that the moon and sun symbolized Joseph's mother, Rachel, and father, Jacob, Israel. It is true. The sun was considered masculine, the moon was considered feminine. It's more symbolism for y'all. And I'll be going over some of that shit too while we're going through this rabbit hole. This beautiful rabbit hole of a book. The woman in Revelation 12 is Israel. But not the Israel of the earth, but rather the heavenly Israel of the promise. Notice that the woman in Revelations is a great wonder in heaven. The Israel of Revelation is a heavenly spiritual Israel. Not all who are of the Israel on earth are the Israel of God. Just like the Israel that's in place now is not the Israel of God. It is the Israel of the Rothschilds, because they owned the fucking land before it was given to the Palestine, or given to the UN, who then went into Palestine and sectioned off that area for the Israelis. There's a little stuff they probably don't talk about there. Alright, we've gone through that. Israel of God. On to the next page. Uh-oh. Next page. Not as though the word of God hath... Wait, make sure I'm on the right page. Okay. Is that... Yes, it's just formatted differently on here. Not as though the word of God hath taken none effect. For they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. Romans 9, 6, 8. The promise made to Abraham flowed not to his physical, but rather to his spiritual seed. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds, as of many, but as of one. And to thy seed, which is Christ, Galatians 3:16, those who have faith in Jesus Christ are the seed of Abraham, and inherit the eternal promises made to him by God. And if ye be Christ, then are ye Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise. Galatians 3:29. The spiritual Israel of Revelation brings forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. Revelations 12:5. The man-child of Revelations is Jesus Christ. He is taken up to God and to his throne and rules the nation with a rod of iron. Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of God. Luke 22:69. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God. Revelations 19:5. Jesus is the prophesied son of David, the promised seed of Abraham. To the book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Matthew 1:1. Notice that the great red dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Revelations 12:4. Who is this great red dragon? It is none other than that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Because remember, we are in the world of Satan. Revelations 12:9. The child that the great red dragon was ready to devour was Jesus, which was the agent of the devil that tried to kill Jesus, Herod, king of Israel. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. And this is in Matthew 16. The dragon was then cast out of heaven to the earth. And when the dragon saw that he was cast upon the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. Revelation 12:13. The woman was then protected by God. The dragon then made war with her seed. Who is her seed? They are the children of God, who have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Revelation 12:17. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away by the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth, and the, dyslexia is kicking in. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnants of her seeds, which kept the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as of that of a bear, and his mouth as of that of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. Now, if I recall, it'll go in here in a little bit, the symbolism behind the bear, the lion, and the eagle, with, and I believe it has to do with government. Uh-oh. There we go. Notice that after the dragon was cast to the earth, a great beast was seen rising out of the sea. This sea beast has the same 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head as the dragon who was in heaven, ready to devour the newborn child in Revelations 12:3. This is clearly the earthly manifestation of the dragon, who is the devil. The description suggests that it is a continuation of the heathen governments of the earth. There you go. In Daniel chapter 7 to 8, we read that the leopard, the bear, and the lion were symbolic of 3 successive kings. Daniel refers to a 4th kingdom that would be diverse from the rest. That kingdom will have 10 horns, and on one of the horns shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. And this is Daniel 7:25. The key to identifying the horn of Daniel is to find the instruction that has changed God's laws and times. Thus, Juden consider a violation of any of the 10 Commandments in Exodus chapter 20 to be a capital offense. In order to avoid such a harsh punishment, the commandments are reinterpreted through tradition to mean something other than what is said in the text. For example, the 8th commandment in Exodus 2:15 against stealing is given a different meaning. It is interpreted by the Jews to not be a prohibition against stealing property, since stealing property is not a capital offense under Jewish tradition. The Jews limit the 8th commandment to be a prohibition against stealing, that is, kidnapping a Jewish person. The 8th commandment is also not considered by Jews to be a prohibition against stealing, kidnapping a Gentile, since kidnapping of Gentiles by Jews is allowed by Talmudic law. Appropriate sound for that. They were slick. They were very slick. And it isn't all Jews. There's a certain group of Jews. And this book will go into it and cover who that group is. So, before Screw 2 bucks with me, I just want to put that out there. Because I don't hate all Jews. Just a certain group. Just the ones that perpetuate communism and socialism and all that shit. Changing God's law is a practice that was inculcated into the Roman Church by the crypto-Jews, who had established a long tradition of rules that nullify God's commandments. While typically the Jews, and those were the laws of men, not the 10 Commandments, nullify the commandments through interpretation. The Catholic Church opted for a more direct approach of simply rewriting the commandments. In order to avoid God's prohibition of engraven images, the Catholic Church deletes the 2nd commandment. They have changed God's law. The 2nd commandment in Exodus chapter 20 states, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, and that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them." This is Exodus 24. This leaves the Catholic Church with only 9 commandments. The Catholic Church simply splits the last commandment into 2 commandments to make up for the missing commandment. The single commandment against coveting is changed into 2 commandments against coveting thy neighbor's goods and coveting a neighbor's wife. The Catholic 10 Commandments are different from God's 10 Commandments. Cheers! I need a smoke and a break real quick. Hope I've put everybody to sleep yet. Hope everybody's having a alright time. I know reading's a little bit for people. But I don't deal with that fantasy bullshit. I live and dwell in reality. And I'm about spreading the motherfucking truth. So that's what I like to do here. God's first commandment states that I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Bingus is back in time for smoke break.
The traditional Catholic catechism simply states the following in place of the first two commandments. 1. I am the Lord your God. You shall not have strange gods before me. Notice that the prohibition against making graven images and bowing to them or serving them is deleted. In addition, the Romish Church allows the worship of other gods, as long as they are not strange gods. So it is permissible to have Mary and all the saints as other gods, because they are not strange gods, according to the Catholic doctrine. They have changed the commandments of God in order to set up their own religion in direct opposition to God's true commands. The Catholic Church has also changed the times. It claims that the Lord's Day is the first day of the week, Sunday, which is not, because Jesus purportedly rose from the dead on Sunday, and that consequently Sunday replaces the seventh day, Saturday, as the day of rest. The only reference in the Bible to the Lord's Day is found in Revelations 1:10, and is probably a reference to the Sabbath of the seventh day of the week, Saturday. We are justified not by keeping the Sabbath or any other ordinance, but by faith in Jesus Christ. Jesus nailed the Old Testament laws to the cross. The Old Testament laws died with him. He fulfilled the requirements of the law on our behalf. We are no longer obligated to the law, including the Sabbath requirements. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink, or in respect of any holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come. But the body is of Christ. Colossians 2:16-17. God did away with the requirements of the law under the New Testament, in that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. Hebrews 8:13. We keep the new law of love for God. Our obedience to his new law is evidence of our faith. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. It's John 13:34-35. It's one of the reasons it took away from the power. That's why they fucking crucified Christ. I'm digging this music, not gonna lie. Cheers! The Catholic Church, on the other hand, requires that on Sundays and other holy days of obligation, the faithful are to refrain from engaging in work or activities that hinder the worship owed to God. As a result of the Roman Catholic Church's twisting of the Holy Scripture, they have changed the Sabbath day, or day of rest, from the last day of the week, Saturday, to the first day of the week, Sunday. The Roman Catholic Church's change of the day of rest from the seventh day to the first day of the week, along with their deletion of the second commandment, is a fulfillment of the prophecy in Daniel that, that the horn would think to change times and laws. Jesus was crucified on Passover, which was the fourth day of the week, Wednesday. Matthew 26:2, John 13:1, 18:28, and 39. These are the reference points you can find it in. Jesus was crucified on the day of Passover. Luke 22:23, Matthew 26:2. That is why the day Jesus Christ was crucified is referred to as the preparation of the Passover and not the preparation for the Passover. The Passover was the preparation day for the unleavened bread Sabbath that always follows the Passover. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he saith unto the Jews, Behold your kingdom. John 19:14. The day Jesus was crucified was the preparation day before the Sabbath, Mark 15:42, which is why many believe it was the 6th day of the week, Friday. What many do not realize is that there were many other Sabbaths throughout the year in addition to the weekly Sabbath. That would mean that there would be many occasions when there would be 2 Sabbath days during some weeks. The week of Jesus' crucifixion was one of those weeks with 2 Sabbaths. How did I know that there were 2? How did he know that there were 2 Sabbaths? Because I'm not reading this book. Because the Bible states that Christ was crucified the day before the high Sabbath and not the day before the weekly Sabbath. The Jews, therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was an high day, besought Pilate that their legs might be broken and that they might be taken away. John 19:31. The next day after Jesus' crucifixion was a high Sabbath. It was the first day of the 7-day feast of unleavened bread, and the 5th day of the week, Thursday. John 19:31. The 14th day of the first month is the Passover. Leviticus 23:4-5. It's also Exodus 12:17-18. Passover is immediately followed by the 7 days of unleavened bread. Leviticus 23:6-7, Exodus 12:15-16. A Sabbath day is a day of rest. God ordained that the 15th day of the first month, the day after Passover, was to be a day of rest. That is a Sabbath day. Leviticus 23:6-7. The next day, the 6th day of the week, Friday, the women bought spices, Mark 16:1, and prepared the spices for Jesus' body, Luke 23:56. The women prepared the spices and ointments before the Sabbath, Luke 23:53, 24:3. But they did not buy the spices until after the Sabbath, Mark 16:1-6. How can one prepare the spices before they are purchased? It would not be possible unless there were two Sabbaths. The women prepared the spices before the weekly Sabbath, but had purchased them after the unleavened bread Sabbath. Those passages point to a Wednesday crucifixion with the unleavened bread Sabbath the next day, Thursday, and Christ rising from the dead exactly 3 days and 3 nights, 72 hours later on the weekly Sabbath, Saturday. The women would have both purchased the spices and prepared them on Friday, which would have been before the weekly Sabbath on Saturday, and after the unleavened bread Sabbath, which was on Thursday. The tomb was found empty on the first day of the week. He did not rise from the dead on that day. What's up, McCurry Gamer? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope all is well. We're doing a little something different here. We are I'm doing a reading from Solving the Mysteries of Babylon the Great by Edward Hendrie. The women rested on the seventh day, Saturday, which was the weekly Sabbath. Luke 23:56. Early the first day of the week, Sunday, they came to the tomb to find it empty and saw an angel who announced that Jesus had already risen. Mark 16:1-6. Just as Jesus prophesied, he rose from the dead precisely 3 days and 3 nights after his burial. Matthew 12:40, 2019. While the tomb was found empty on the first day of the week, Sunday, he rose from the dead on the evening of the seventh day, Saturday. To hold that Jesus was crucified and was buried on the sixth day of the week, Friday, and rose from the dead on the first day of the week, Sunday, would be to say Jesus was wrong about his prophecy, because he prophesied that he would be in the tomb 3 days and 3 nights. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Matthew 12:40. The span between the evening on Friday and the early morning on Saturday is not 3 days and 3 nights. However, a Wednesday burial with the Saturday resurrection is exactly 3 days. Getting into chapter 2, yo. The other woman. Get a little thippy thip to wet the whistle. I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to do the whistle lisp thing. Can't do it so much anymore. Cheers again, folks. If you smoke, take your shots, take your drinks, whatever it is. Because we got... still got a little while for this. And if you're into anime and would like to be part of the watch party in the Discord, let me know and find a way to get you my Discord invite so you could join us. I do watch parties every every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, sorry, you know, that's just because it's easier for me. Anytime I say a time, it's Central Standard. Sorry, not sorry. I know there's some people that are like 12 hours ahead of me. I'm not thinking that far ahead. It's like I believe Makiri Gamer here is actually from across the pond. I think Gen X Gamer is as well. He's from that crowd over there. Gen X Gamer, Orchard Fudge, and all of them. And they put out a lot of really great content. They do mainly Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto. You got New Devils Gaming. He does Call of Duty. So and he's on PlayStation. So Primo, if you're looking for someone to do that with, might want to look him up, sir. And before we get into chapter 2 here, let's get this loaded and ready. Oh, no. Not a you. I'm not ready for a you. I'm ready for you. Oh, shit. Get back here, lighter. someone in the Discord with me? Nope. It's just a me. Alright. On with the show. Huh. Woo! God damn it. This is where it gets fun. Cause see, part of what I've been trying to do, I am finding the focal points where all the rabbit holes lead to. I'm calling out those powers. That's all I'm doing. And we're about to get into one of those right now. With the Pope. As someone that can't be trusted. The Horn of Daniel, which is symbolic of the Pope of Rome, changed the times and the laws of God. The beast of Daniel has the same 10 horns as the beast in Revelations. We see the sea beast again in Revelation 17:3. And this time there is someone riding the beast. It is the same beast with 7 heads and 10 horns as the dragon who was in heaven ready to devour the newborn child in Revelations 12:3. And the beast that rose from the sea in Revelations 13:1. The beast could not destroy Christ or his church, so he tried to create his own devilish Christ, the Antichrist, and his own counterfeit church. The church of Jesus is a chaste bride. 2 Corinthians 11:2. Yes, the church of Christ is a chaste bride. It is supposed to be pure. The devil's church is an imperious harlot who is riding the beast. Basically, anybody that fucking rides the government. So I'll dumb it down for everybody that comes to the stream afterwards. The devil's church is an imperious harlot who is riding the beast. All right. So what this means is anybody that idealizes the government, anybody that relies on the government for for their protection, they're of the devil's church. That was one of the things that Jesus Christ was teaching, was personal accountability. We are responsible for ourselves and our own actions. And it is the All-High, the Almighty, that is the ultimate judge. Now, whether heaven or hell exists, I don't know. We won't know until we get there. But I will let you know. If there is a hell, I will surely be going there. And do not worry, if you have found your way to this channel, I will be picking you up on that short bus, taking you back with me. Oh, hell. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a gold cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornications. And what's up, Brother Chris? We are doing a reading from Solving the Mysteries of Babylon the Great. I started doing this during some of my gaming streams earlier, but now I'm just devoting a whole time frame to it instead of mixing the games and because I'm sure once I started reading the book, people start checking out. So now I'm blunt with it. I'm reading a book and we're going down some of the rabbit holes that I've gone down, because this shit has helped with like shit that's not even covered in the book I have talked about. And then you'll go to another book and the shit that I've talked about it's fucked. God damn. But yeah, it's been interesting learning everything that I've learned over like the last 6 years, and understanding communism and socialism and understanding Marxism. That was the fun one. All right, where was I? And I saw a woman, blah, 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 abominations. Alright, the fornications. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Revelation 17:3-6. Recall that the dragon made war against the seed of Christ, the children of the first woman. The devil decided to establish a church and use the church to war against the children of God. This is a spiritual war, but as then he was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit. Even so it is now. Galatians 4:29. The children of the flesh in the devil's church are cannon fodder in a spiritual war against the children of the spirit in the true church of Christ. Heresy. Well, I'm basically going to be calling out a certain group of peoples that people seem to idealize for some reason, even though their God is the God of this world and not the God of the Bible in heaven. A Roman church considers Mary the mother of the church. Is the Catholic Mary the Mary in the Bible? There is a mother mentioned in Revelations. She is the harlot with the name upon her forehead. Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Revelation 17:5. Can we know who is this mystery harlot?
Blasphemous joke. The Most High God say stay high.
Another oh, God damn it. Alright. Harlot's God reveals her identity by explaining that the beast that she rides has 7 heads, and the 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. Revelation 17:9. Another clue is that the woman is a city, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Vatican. Sorry, my nose itches. Ah! Where are the mysterious 7 mountains? Rome has traditionally been known as the city of 7 hills, or also 7 mountains. A mountain is simply a large mass of earth that rises above the common or adjacent land. It does not have to be or any definite altitude. Who dat? Sound like Chris's kid.
I heard you have 2 cats.
Here, the Fuhrer's kid. How you doing, bud?
Yeah. What's your other cat's name?
Garfield.
Garfield, there you go.
There's one city. It does not have to be of any definite altitude. Mountains accurately describe a large hill. There is only one city that can meet the description of the city on 7 mountains. Rome. Rome is famous for the 7 mountains upon which it sits. The mountains are the Capitoline, the Quirinal, the Viminal, the Esquiline, the Caeline, the Avenue, and the Palatine. That last word right there, yo. Ah, shit. Sorry about that. Headbutt in my mic. How are you doing, Chris? Hope all is well. Did you already dip out? Nope. Alright. Let me take another hit. See, I really wish I could put this on on repeat. Actually, I'm gonna, real quick. Bear with me. Uh-oh. Hold up, wait a minute. Where is it? What was this? Ah! We'll just do that. Download. Oh, I've already downloaded it. So why is... You see, it sucks. I don't remember what that other one was. So I gotta find it. Oh well, fuck it. Let's get back to it. There we go. I don't like how it fades out in the end though. I think that's why I stopped it from doing that. Because I needed something to constantly play. Got any video game requests? Music-wise? Chris Mitchell? Ooh, I know. I know a good one. Suikoden. Oh yeah. I'm all ready. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that's not too loud. And hopefully don't get me copywritten. Haha. Alright, Alexander Hislop points out in his book, The Two Babylons, that even pagan poets and orators who would have no thought of elucidating biblical prophecy described Rome as a city on 7 hills. Hislop quotes Virgil, who described Rome thusly: Rome has both become the most beautiful city in the world, and alone has surrounded her for herself 7 heights with a wall. Virgil, who died approximately 19 years before Christ, was born and therefore several generations before the book of Revelations was written. Hislop also quotes poet Sextus Aurelius Propertus, who describes Rome as the lofty city on 7 hills, which governs the entire world. And yes, Rome did at one point in time, they controlled a lot of shit. They sure did. Y'all have, like, the power that they used to hold. It's fucking ridiculous, y'all.
A wild
Let's see.
crystal kid
Notice how this description follows closely that which is contained in Revelations. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Bingus said,
Revelation 17:18. Propertus died in 15 BC, and so he would had no knowledge of the book of Revelation, which was written scores of years after his death. Marcus Valerius Martellius describes the 7 dominating mountains of Rome. Symmachus, the prefect of Rome, introduced on one friend of his to another by letter. In the letter, he described one friend as being de septem montibus virum, which translated means a man from the 7 mountains. That was equivalent in that day, circa 351-375 AD, to calling someone a civem Romanum, which translated means a Roman citizen. Now that we have identified Rome as the location of the 7 mountains, who is Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, the Catholic Encyclopedia offers us a clue. It states that it is within Rome, called the City of 7 Hills.
MRAD going live on the hour run.
Ooh. Well, I got about 15 minutes before my watch party starts, so I should be through chapter 2 here, and then I'll call this, and then I'm gonna start doing my watch party. So if you're a member of Discord and you want to continue watching Bleach, you're more than welcome to join. Anyways, back to this. It is within Rome, called the City of 7 Hills, that the entire Vatican state is now confined. The Vatican, being in Rome, is the great mother of harlots. This book will present irrefutable evidence of that truth. This book will also explain the link between the Roman Catholic Church and Babylon. First, we must find out how the mother of harlots got the title, Babylon the Great.
Said, I have a book like this.
Our first clue is found in the Bible. We read in Jeremiah that Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Jeremiah 51:7. Notice that the language is very similar to what God states in Revelation regarding Babylon the Great. She is described in Revelation as the great whore, within whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Revelation 17:2. God further describes her in the book of Revelation. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Revelations 8:3. And what's up, Lord Sos? How you doing, bud? Yeah, we're all nuts here. Notice the commonality and the characteristics between the Babylon mentioned in Jeremiah, which was written something in the 6th century BC, and the Babylon in the book of Revelations, which was written sometime in the 1st century AD. We have had a span of approximately 700 years separating the descriptions of yet we have common elements. In Jeremiah, Babylon made all the earth drunken by her wine. And in Revelation, the kings and inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. It seems that this wine of Babylon is an intoxicating mixture that is born of fornication. Do we find any other clues with the Bible as to what this fornication could be? The Bible gives us a clue. The Holy Bible depicts the Church of Jesus as a chaste bride. Paul states of the Corinthian church, "For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ." 2 Corinthians 11:2. Obviously, chastity has nothing to do with the flesh. Paul is referring to spiritual purity. And that was one of the big things. Is it's good to be pure in body too, but they're more of a spiritual. They were like, they were trying to seek that kind of nirvana. The bride of Christ is described in Revelation as New Jerusalem, prepared as a bride for her husband. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. Whoa. Not gonna happen. We're gonna stop that right now. I'm looking for the game, not the fucking... Boy, howdy. There we go. So, this is from Sukoden, which will be getting added to the it'll be getting added to the list soon. So, hope to see y'all there. It's actually one of those turn-based turn-based RPGs that I like. Anyways, back to this. Here we have the church, back to where I was. Here we have the church symbolized as a chaste city adorned for her husband, who is Christ. How is she adorned? In Revelations 19:7-8, we read that she is adorned in fine linen. How different is that from the bejeweled city of Babylon, who was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Revelation 17:4. The New Jerusalem is arrayed simply in fine linen. What does the fine linen signify? It is the righteousness of the saints. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. Revelation 19:7-8. The fine linen, being the righteousness of the saints, suggests that the purple and scarlet clothing and the gold and precious stones and pearls of the great whore of Babylon are symbolic of the wickedness of that religion. There is an unmistakable identity of the Roman Catholic hierarchy by the purple and scarlet ceremonial vestments worn by the cardinals and the purple ceremonial vestments worn by the bishops of Rome. This color scheme used by the Church of Rome points directly to the Roman Catholic Church being not a chaste bride, but rather the imperious whore of Babylon. God commands that his chosen people come out of the church of the great whore. And you need your reference, see Revelations 18:4. We have two very different women depicted in Revelations. Notice that in Revelation, the chaste bride is New Jerusalem. That suggests that there is an old Jerusalem. Is there a link between the old Jerusalem and the great whore of Babylon? When Israel was unfaithful to God, he compared Israel to a harlot. The following passage depicts the unfaithfulness of Israel, which parallels the sins of idolatry in the Catholic Church and provides a clue as to the common link between the religion of Israel and the religion of Rome. The commonality between the whore of Babylon in Revelation and the whore of Jerusalem depicted in Ezekiel is clear. Thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and paidest the harlot because of thy renown. and pouredst out thy fornications on every one that passed by. His it was, and of thy garments thou didst take, and deckedst thy high places with diverse colors, and playedst the harlot thereupon. The like thing shall not come, neither shall it be so. Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels thy fair jewels of my gold and of my silver, which I have had given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them, and tookest thy broidered garments, and coveredst them. And thou hast set mine oil and mine incense before them. What's up, Riggs Jr.? How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. I'll be going into the watch party after I finish this chapter, so hope to see you there. My meat also, which I gave thee, fine flour, and oil, and honey, wherewith I fed thee, thou hast even set it before them for a sweet savor. And thus it was, saith the Lord God. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter, that thou hast slain my children, and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them? And in all thine abominations and thy whoredoms thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, when thou wast naked and bare, and wast polluted in thy blood. And it came to pass after all thy wickedness, woe, woe unto thee, saith the Lord God, that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee an high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be adored, and hast opened thy feet to every one that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms. Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians, thy neighbors, great of flesh, and hast increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger. Behold, therefore I have stretched out my hand over thee, and have diminished thine, thine ordinary food, and delivered thee unto the will of them that hate thee, the daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy lewd way. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast insatiable. Yea, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet couldst not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornications in the land of Canaan unto Chaldee, and yet thou wast not satisfied herewith. How weak is thine inner heart, saith the Lord God, seeing thou dost all thou things, the work of an imperious whorish woman, in that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and makest thine high place in every street, and hast not been as an harlot, in that thou scornest hire, but as a wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her husband. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hearest them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms. And in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst give unto them, behold, therefore I will discover thy nakedness unto them, that they may see all thy nakedness. This is Ezekiel 16:15-37. The great whore in Ezekiel is the same great whore in Revelation. God in Ezekiel has given us a clear clue as to the nature of the whore of Babylon. First, the reader must understand that Ezekiel is writing during the captivity in Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, conquered the city of Jerusalem and brought the Jews and the treasures of the city back to Babylon. 2 Kings 24:10-16. Ezekiel was one of the captives and described the corruption by the Jewish religious leaders who were adopting the heathen practices of the Babylonian religion. Ezekiel describes the origins of the harlot, Old Jerusalem of Judaism. That Old Jerusalem is distinct from the chaste and holy New Jerusalem, which is made up of those who have been saved by the grace of God through faith in Jesus Christ. See Revelations 21:2. Notice that Egypt and Chaldea, Babylon, are two of the nations which Jerusalem had committed whoredoms, which are the very sources of the heathen practices in the Talmud and Kabbalah. Ezekiel explains that the whoredom of Jerusalem was following after the heathen religions by making images of men and worshiping those images. That is the same thing being done today in the Catholic Church. The Jews were also sacrificing their children to their heathen idols. The great whore of Revelations is similarly drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. Revelation 17:6. There is an unmistakable common link between the spiritual whoredom of the Church of Rome and the Jews of Jerusalem. Jeremiah prophesied from the people to flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the Lord of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Jeremiah 51:6. John offered an identical prophecy to those in Babylon the Great. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Revelation 18:4. Adrenochrome. I've heard the word. I probably know what it means, but I don't remember. The parallelism is unmistakable. The two Babylons suffer the same judgment of God. Alright. And that ends chapter 2 of Solving the Mysteries of Babylon the Great. I may do 2 separate streams tomorrow. I really want to get to chapters 9 and 10. Because that's where there's some really juicy shit that I want to share with everybody. And so everybody knows, we're going to... Let's see here. I've got to figure out where Amazon...
Also look up the channel James Tabor if you want your mind blown in a religious manner.
Okay. So I hate how it does this. Okay. I will eventually be picking up back up into reading The Naked Communist, as well as following it up by The Naked Socialist. This was actually written by a communist. We are going to read it. That way you can understand it from a communist mindset. There's two different books. One's by A. Ralph Epperson and then H.G. Wells. A. Ralph Epperson is that's where the good shit is. Of course, as you see, de-evolution. Honestly, there's no point in getting it. James was deleted. Yeah, so over time with each new rendition of the Bible, and I'm sure they're gonna do it with this Chinese version that they're gonna push eventually. That they're gonna start painting Jesus Christ as the bad person, and yeah, over the years they've been omitting parts in the Bible, which I'm trying to find. Someone suggest, I think it was Lord Jeremy. Or Lord Sos, they suggested a Bible that was more accurate. I think one of them was the Aramaic Bible, I believe. I can't fully remember. I wish I could, and this is why I hate my brain. How you doing, Hemi? So. Yeah, chapter 2's knocked out. We'll be going into chapter 3 probably tomorrow before I do a gaming stream. I'm fixing to start up my watch party. We're going to continue watching Bleach. So, hopes to see y'all there that are members of the Discorden.
I hear a slow Chrysler nearby. Oh hey Hemi, lol.
And yeah, thank you to those that sat through all of this. I know people reading and all that stuff, especially when there's no pictures showing. I know, especially, it's really difficult. And there are some pictures in this book, just not many. But thank you again to those that did sit through the entire reading. I hope to see y'all on future streams. Like to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah.
Seems to be full. It's harder to add new information.
That's why I'm doing it in small doses, bud. Mr. Hemi 4-Speed, always a pleasure. Riggs Jr. is good seeing you. Lord SOS, make sure you go check him out. Subscribe, show him some love and support. Puts out some really good content, as well as some biblical stuff too. Got Crystal Kitten in here as well. If you want to see someone drive around like an 80-year-old Asian lady that just don't give a fuck, make sure to check her out in her Need for Speed and Grand Theft Auto 5 videos. Those cars do not last very long. You're retarded, dude.
Red CCC said, "Stupid KS for you 728, you ugly Henri butt." Red CCC said, "Stupid KS for you 728, you ugly Henri butt."
Yes, you're pretty retarded yourself. So what's the point? What's it like being retarded, by the way?
Said, "Stupid KS for you 728, you ugly Henri butt." JLM said, "No spamming chat."
No, that's the tiny dick Peckerwood that keeps fucking with me, trying to elicit a reaction. Alright, now I'm gonna do something a little. I think I'm gonna start. I might. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to find it. Alright. So let's get back to this. Got Chris Mitchell, the future Emperor of Canada. It's a pleasure seeing you, sir. Thanks for swinging by in the Discord. McCurry Gamers, good seeing you as well. Primo Living BC, thanks for swinging by. I'm sure you dipped out. Bingus and JLM, thanks for sticking around, bud. So, I'm going to read, because the Bible is more of a
Suck my trick,
thing
Red CCC.
for me than the actual like Christianity and all this other stuff. So this is from Psalms 23, and I'm gonna find a better version, don't worry. But it goes as follows. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they can comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I know it's a little weird for y'all, but that's my favorite passage in the book. So, I'm just sharing a little bit of me with y'all. Fuck, man. Oh, it fills me. Fuck. Ooh. I don't know what it is about it, but that passage, man. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? And who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob Salah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord of hosts, he is the King of glory, Salah. Oh, man, I think I've had enough. Alright. Thank you again to those that are still subscribed. Your support has been greatly appreciated. And thank you to those just recently subscribed. I hope you stick around for the long run. I'm going to be incorporating more of this stuff. I'm not just going to be a gaming channel anymore. You are going to see little bits of me coming out. So, buckle up, buttercups. It's going to be a bumpy ride because I'm going to be talking about a bunch of shit. I hope to see you at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be doing some Red Dead Redemption this weekend. Crystal Kitten, Douglas Edwards. Maybe Hemi, doubt it. Maybe Indie MGTOW, doubt it. Polska Bob. And Primo Living BC. But anyways, I guess if you really want to see it, I mean, jeez, man, like being so pushy.
How dare you!
Why you gotta be so pushy? I'll give you what you want, though. Get that. Embrace that big old dick. You know, let me smack you across the face with it. You rub it on your face a little bit. Oh, yeah. Let's take it all. Like, congratulations, Red CC. You got someone that legit hates you, but what you're doing is just... It's a waste of time, bro. It's a waste of time. Until next time, have a great morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. I'm out this bitch. Peace.
first time I come back in a little bit, and the first thing I see is dick waving.
Embrace it.
You know you like it, Outlaw.
You know you like it.
I really don't.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Mm-mm.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have called it out.
No pants. Ha ha ha.
Ah, you're right. I don't ever wear any pants.
I don't either.
Well, then,
Oh,
we
wait
have
a minute.
something in common.
Wait, when did you start?
Bro, I never wear pants.
Mmm.
That's why you only see him from the chest up.
You trying to be like me?
No, I'm older than you, bro. I've been pantsless when I'm home alone for since I was in high school, bro. Maybe even before. No, junior high. The end of junior high. Yeah, it's when I started sleeping without pants. Or sleeping without anything on, really. Anytime I was home, I'm butt ass naked. 'Cause that's the way to be. It's natural. It feels good. I like the wind going across my ball sack.
And apparently, you live longer if you sleep naked.
Well, men, yes. I don't know about women.
If you sleep naked.
Yeah, I heard a short yesterday about it. That if you wear clothing to bed, it constricts your skin.
Yeah.
And when you sleep naked, your skin is all relaxed and is able to air out, per se. And all your dead skin cells are able to flake off, and you won't have dry skin. Because wearing clothes, that's what causes the dry skin, because your skin's getting concealed.
Yeah.
And apparently, it makes you look younger, too.
Well, I ought to be looking like a baby then, because I do that.